What is your prescription? How do you bring the deficit down and make that prosperous future happen for you and for everybody that's your age?
The reality is we pay $1 trillion per year just servicing our debt. It's been a problem since you guys were my age. I don't have the exact policy prescription on how to fix it, but I'm assuming it's cutting spending, and that's not what this administration is doing. They slashed USAID, which saved us $60 billion.
I don't know if it's not understanding monetary policy or things of that nature, but he's close in the way of if we have to take out less debt or we just don't have the money, therefore we have to issue more bonds, the Treasury, the Fed, and that increases the supply and that causes inflation on prices. That ultimately is the issue with our monetary system. We have too much cheap money available. Now, when we do have a recession and things of that nature, it does assist improving the economy, but barely. It is a blunt force tool to inject, I think it was like $300 billion in 2008, 2009, and then added, I think it was like 0.3% of jobs. And they're like, hey, that's moving in the right direction. Let's add $1 trillion next. And then the inflation followed. So what happens is when that's going into the ecosystem, the assets increase first, and then the wages lag behind or go down or stagnate. So we have to figure out a way to get that under control. And I'm frustrated because there's not enough solutions. And I used to think it was because, they're hiding because the big banks want to keep them quiet or this or that. I don't think anybody has any real good solutions. Cutting spending is fantastic, but you have to replace that with something, or that safety net is just going to be gone. So if we can define, we don't have to do minimum wage, but we got two options here. We could define a minimum standard of living, and if a company cannot provide that, then they no longer are available. Then they can no longer be in the United States. That's where minimum wage first came from. Or we can have strong labor unions again in each particular market, and then they would set their standard level. I have a lot more on suggestions what we can do. It's not just one thing we have to do. There's lots of countries that are also struggling with these things. Some things they do well, some not so much. But if you don't want to vote party lines and you want to vote on policy and bring the middle class back, give me a follow.